Love has a funny way of sneaking up on you. One minute, you're certain someone isn't your type, and the next, you're hit with the realization that they're all you've ever wanted. But what happens when someone else starts vying for their attention? That's when things get interesting. Today, we're diving into a story that shows just how blind we can be to the love right in front of us.
Hey folks, Maya here. Heads up, there are spoilers ahead, so grab your snacks and let's dive into today's story.
The movie starts with Cher. She is the daughter of civil judge Mel Horowitz. Her father reminds her that Josh, his son by another woman and Cher's half-brother, is coming to visit them today. Cher heads off to school in the brand new car her father bought her. She does not yet have a driver's license, but she has to learn to drive something. On the way, Cher picks up her friend Dion, the daughter of equally rich parents at school. The friends find out about the bad discussion grades on their report cards. Cher returns home to meet her stepbrother Josh. She is not very happy to see him, as she thinks that since his mother married someone else, Josh should now consider that man his father, not Mel, Cher's father. After calling the kids over, Mel asks Cher where her report card is so he can check her grades. Cher lies, claiming the report cards aren't ready yet. She hopes to negotiate with the teachers to change her final grades. All of the teachers are cooperative, except for Mr. Hall, the discussion subject teacher. He believes his subject doesn't suit Cher in any way, and warns that if her grade doesn't improve, she will be in serious trouble with her father. Cher thinks that this is all because Mr. Hall suffers from loneliness, and the girl gets a great idea to make the teacher happy. Then, maybe, he will give in to Cher's entreaties and change the final grades. The girl decides to bring Mr. Hall and Ms. Geist closer. Cher writes a romantic note to the teacher, signing it anonymous, and slips it to Ms. Geist. Upon reading the note, Ms. Geist becomes indescribably delighted.
In discussion class, Mr. Hall lists the students who are constantly late for his class. Cher proves to the teacher that one of her tardies was purely feminine in nature. Mr. Hall agrees with the girl, after which Cher announces that Ms. Geist was right about Mr. Hall when she said he is the only one with intelligence in the entire school. Mr. Hall begins to smile. Later, Mel confronts Cher with a penalty notice, forbidding her from driving unless someone with a driver's license is sitting next to her. Cher calls Josh to accompany her on a ride around town. During their time together, Cher learns that her brother thinks she is selfish. He even believes her efforts to match Mr. Hall and Ms. Geist are for her own benefit. At school, the girls notice Mr. Hall. Cher runs up to him and claims she accidentally packed a bottle of Coke instead of a thermos of Italian coffee in her father's bag that morning. Cher doesn't drink coffee herself, but she suggests Mr. Hall could share it with Ms. Geist. After waiting for the right moment, the girls fetch Ms. Geist out into the schoolyard. They notice Mr. Hall sitting with Ms. Geist, treating her to Italian coffee. From this point on, just as Cher anticipated, her grades in the discussion class improve, not just for her, but for the entire class. That's because Mr. Hall has started dating Ms. Geist. When Mel reviews Cher's report card, he is proud of his daughter for earning good grades without retaking any subjects, even physical education. A new student, Ty, is brought in. Upon seeing her, Cher and Dion decide to transform this redneck into a princess and introduce her to a nice guy. They believe that while Ty is in their company, her social status will be much higher than when she first arrived. In the cafeteria, the new girl meets Travis. However, Cher disapproves of Ty's interest in him, claiming Travis is a drug addict and that no self-respecting girl would go out with him.
Cher decides to introduce Ty to Elton, whose father is a concert hall owner. She arranges a photo shoot, purposely seating Ty close to Elton and asking him to hug her. When Cher takes Ty aside, Elton requests a solo photo of Ty, claiming it's especially for him, which excites the girls. Later, Cher brings Ty to her house. Dion calls to share some exciting news. Someone has spotted a picture of Ty in Elton's locker, which makes the girls very happy. That evening, the friends head to a party. On the way, Cher teaches Ty how to get Elton's attention. At the party, they run into Travis, who offers to get them drinks. However, the perpetually stoned Travis accidentally spills a cocktail on Cher's shoes, leaving her upset. Elton is also at the party. Upon noticing him, Cher encourages Ty to laugh at something Travis says to catch Elton's attention. Elton approaches them, and one of the girls suggests playing suction cups. Everyone passes cards to one another, but Elton deliberately drops his card to kiss Cher on the lips, much to her annoyance. Her father calls, demanding that Cher return home immediately. As it gets late, Dion and her boyfriend decide to stay at the party. Cher asks Elton for a ride home. In the parking lot, she meets a classmate who offers Ty a ride home, while Cher leaves with Elton. During the drive, Cher praises Ty in every possible way. However, Elton makes it clear that he and Ty are from different walks of life and can't be together, unlike him and Cher. Elton starts hitting on Cher, and the girl freaks out, jumping out of his car. Elton drives away, leaving Cher stranded in an unfamiliar place. She decides to call the information desk to get the number of a local taxi company, but an armed robber appears and takes both her phone and purse. Cher can't call her father, fearing he'll be furious if he finds out where she was at the party. Cher calls Josh, who comes to pick her up with his girlfriend. The next morning at school, Cher reassures Ty by telling her friends what Elton said about her. Cher suggests skipping class, and they head to a restaurant. However, when Ty hears the song she and Elton danced to the night before, she becomes hysterical. Determined to help, Cher decides to find Ty a new boyfriend at all costs. While pondering in discussion class about where to find him, Cher meets Christian, a new student. This makes her think it might be a good idea to find a boyfriend for herself as well. Using all her charm, Cher begins to seduce Christian. Her efforts pay off, and Christian asks her out. Christian arrives to pick Cher up at her father's mansion, where Mel, some staff and Josh are busy sorting out an urgent case. When the couple leaves, Josh decides to follow them to keep an eye on Cher, a decision Mel fully supports. At the dance, Cher meets Ty, and they notice Elton dancing with Amber, Cher's eternal rival. Ty notices Josh, who asks her to dance while Cher is preoccupied with Christian. This leaves Cher's new boyfriend dancing with Ty. On the way home, Cher, Ty, and Christian return together. Cher suggests that Josh stop by and pick up something to eat for his father and his crew, who are still working on their case. A few days later, Cher gets a call from Christian. He offers to meet at her place and watch movies he's bringing along. While watching, Cher starts touching Christian's leg and then claims her feet are frozen, covering them with a pillow. Christian asks Cher not to get distracted, as the best part of the movie is about to happen. As soon as Cher starts talking about sex, Christian immediately packs up and leaves, leaving Cher perplexed. The next morning, Cher tells Dion about the incident, confessing that she almost had sex with Christian. Upon hearing this, Murray bursts into laughter, revealing that almost everyone already knows Christian isn't into girls. Despite this, Cher continues to hang out with him. One day at the mall, Cher and Christian notice two guys hanging Ty over the railing as a joke. Christian rushes to save her, and because of this incident, all the attention at school shifts to Ty. With her newfound popularity, Ty even mocks Travis, whom she has always liked, though she's still dealing with her own insecurities. Cher, meanwhile, fails her driver's license exam. When she returns home, she finds Ty and Josh there. Ty confesses to Cher that she likes Josh and asks for advice on how to seduce him. Cher, believing they're not a good match, dismisses the idea. This leads Ty to make a rude remark about Cher's virginity. Upset, Cher goes for a walk in the city, but her thoughts are consumed by Josh, who she realizes doesn't suit Ty at all. It dawns on Cher that she's in love with Josh herself. In any other situation, Cher would dress up in her best outfit and use all her charm to win him over. But with Josh, things feel different. As they work together on their father's case, Cher and Josh begin teasing each other. However, Mel's assistant scolds Cher, accusing her of ruining everything with her involvement and wasting the entire day, calling her a fool as they leave the mansion. The assistant remarks that if Josh hadn't flirted with Cher, she wouldn't have interfered, causing them to lose the whole day. Josh sits down next to Cher, trying to reassure her, which leads to their kiss. The story skips ahead to the wedding of Mr. Hall and Ms. Geist. Cher, Dion, and Ty discuss what dresses they'll wear when they get married, much to the worry of Murray, Josh, and Travis. Finally, a bouquet toss is announced, and Cher catches it. That's where the movie ends. So that's it. If you enjoyed this movie, share your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to check out the recommended movie on your screen right now. Watch it, and join Mahi's movie recaps.